Hello parents, this is Coach Eversole. I'm the boys basketball coach at Fairfield Union High School, and I'm trying something new this year. I'm going to be making these short little presentations that kind of highlight the meetings we have with our basketball players, and I'm going to be posting these to a YouTube channel that you may have access to so you're better informed about what's going on. So during this meeting, it took place on April 8th, and what we discussed during this meeting was our spring fundraiser, which is the OYB tournament, which we do need your help with, and the main reason why I'm making this video. But also, we covered our spring schedule and our summer schedule. Real quick, just going over our spring schedule. We do have 3 days, which we have basketball going on throughout the spring. On Mondays from 3 to 4:30, we have open gym, and then we have the weight room from 4:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays 3 to 4, we have the weight room, and Thursdays we'll have the weight room as well as 4-player workouts. I really stress to our players the importance of the weight room, especially this time of year. This is really our opportunity to build muscle, get stronger, and we really stress as a program the importance of strength and conditioning when it comes to being a good basketball team. But like I said, the main reason why making this presentation is we will need your help May 18th and 19th for the OYB tournament, and I want to talk about that a little more detail here. So once again, May 18th and 19th, parents, we need your help, okay? And what we're doing is we're asking each family to help us with the following. There's 2 items here that we're asking each family to donate. First thing is we're going to ask for you to sign up for 2 3-hour time slots. We ask that there be 1 adult for one of those 2 time slots, much like what we did with the concession stands in the winter. So if you and your son came in and worked a slot, that would fulfill the 2 slots. If you and your spouse would come in and work a slot, that would fulfill the 2 slots. If you would come in and work 2 consecutive shifts, that would fulfill the 2 slots. But the big thing with this is we do need to get these signed up, and this is for concession stand, clock, gate workers. These are the things we need filled, and we'd like to have you sign up by May 3rd. This gives us plenty of time to fill in the remaining spots, get in touch with people who haven't signed up yet, and make sure everything's covered. Now, I know that that is a big AAU weekend. If you do have a son who's playing AAU that weekend or in the OYB tournament here or somewhere else, please go ahead and sign up. And when you figure out your schedule, I will work with you to work around that schedule the best we can. But we do need to get people to sign up. If it's not you or your son or your spouse, if you can find our players' uncles, aunts, friendly neighbor. We just need these slots filled by someone who's willing to help us out as a program. And then the second thing we need is we are going to ask each family to donate a box of food for us to sell during this tournament. Because the regulations at Fairfield Union High School, purchasing food through our using our basketball funds is really difficult. So to donate a box of food will greatly help us out. We're going to take that $23 box of food that you're going to donate and turn it into $50, $60 worth for our program. This link below is actually the link that you will use to sign up for the working time slots. We'll talk a little bit about on the next page how to sign up for that, as well as to sign up for the box of food. Okay, so if you're going, or when you go to sign up for the box of food, this is the link that you will use to go in and pick which box of food. Now, we've divided the food up. There's hamburger buns, hot dogs, pop, water, Gatorade, and we've tried to shuffle them around so each box runs somewhere between $20 and $30. Now, the type of food that you buy is not important. Cheap is fine. We just need that quantity. All of the prices that we looked at are based off of Sam's Club prices, so it may be a little more expensive depending on where you're going, or a little less depending on where you're going, but somewhere between $20 and $30. We are going to ask you that when you purchase this food, that you donate it that week of the tournament. So remember that we have 3 days during the week where we have workouts: Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to ask that you send that with your player, or you come in and deliver that to us during that week, so then we can have that food fresh and ready to sell over the weekend. Okay, this next slide just kind of goes through how to sign up for the slots. If you are able to access these links through this presentation, you can click on those and then go and sign up for those. I'll also send these to you in an email. If the links are not working for you for whatever reason, you can go to signupgenius.com. It's just a website. And then you're going to click on this little search glass up in the top right corner, and you'll type in search with my email. Just type it in right down here, and then click You're Not a Robot, and then search. And then what will come up is our two things to sign up with. There will be one here for the time slots to work, and there will be one right here for the food that you're going to donate. You just go in, click on the slot that you want to work, and then click sign up. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it's going to ask you for an email that send you as a reminder. But once again, the big thing with the OYB tournament is we need that box of food for your family and those 2 time slots signed up for. Now, if you have 2 sons that are in the basketball program, still just need those 2 slots filled up. If you're OYB, AAU that weekend, you have baseball, please, once again, please sign up now, and I'll work with you as we get closer to those dates. If we have conflicts, we'll work you around. Okay, also real quick, want to talk about our summer schedule. So right here was a schedule that all the boys were given, and I have extra of these if you feel like that did not get home or it has gotten misplaced. Please let me know. I can give you another, no problem. Okay, so our summer schedule, we have lots going on. We basically have 3 different sets of events lined up for high school players. We have a varsity set of events, a junior varsity set of events, and a freshman set of events. How we decide what players go where, we basically base off last season and kind of where their development is come June. So with varsity, if your son dressed varsity last year, they will be invited to these events. Now, we'll call in additions where they're earned and where they're needed. And not necessarily just because they dress varsity will we have them come to all these things. The big thing with June is we need players to get better. We want them to get experience. We want them to play. And there is every year there are situations where we do have players who dressed varsity last year do junior varsity events, whether it be because of numbers, playing time, etc. But our main focus in June is to give the players as much opportunity as possible to play, learn, grow, and become better. This next slide shows our list of junior varsity events. Not quite as many as the varsity, but once again, like I said, we will have several players that will participate in both the junior varsity and the varsity. Now, as a parent, if you can help me, I still have lots of players that I've given each player a checklist with these events. And what I asked them to do was check off the ones that they know they were able to attend and return that to me. Some have done that. Several have not. Please get those to me as soon as I can. It helps me arrange numbers and who to invite to what and how many we're going to have for each tournament. Okay, some last couple notes here is number 1, we are allowed 10 days to coach during the off season. And these are the days that we have listed out right there for you. These days are really important. They help us set the table for next season. Our goal is through June, we try to push a bunch of pieces together, try a couple different concepts, but it gives us a rough draft on where we need to go in the fall and into the winter next year, what we need to work on, what we need to focus on, and what our expectations can be as coaches. Remember that we're allowed 2 fundraisers a year, and the first one that we really need your help with, and what we've talked about most of this, is that OYB tournament, which once again is May 18th and 19th. So if you can kind of set that weekend aside, we could really use your help. We're going to need all hands on deck in order to pull this thing off. But it's a big fundraiser. I don't believe I mentioned before, we are splitting responsibility with the girls program. All the funds that we earn in this tournament will be split evenly between the boys and the girls program. So we are going to have equal amounts of people contributing from each side, and the allotment will be split evenly at the end. For all summer events, we are going to have a bus to take us to events that are away from Fairfield Union High School. I want our players to ride the bus together. I think it's a good time for them to bond, to communicate, to talk, to build relationships. So we do want players to ride the bus. If you do not plan to ride the bus due to circumstances of you have family obligations, you're going to have to come late, you need to leave early, whatever the case may be, please communicate that to me, Coach Eversole, at least 2 days prior, and we'll work through whatever that is. And then finally, the last thing there is OU Team Camp is the only thing we ask players to pay for over the summer. The cost of camp itself is $225 per camper, but we only ask players to pay $100 of that. And how we do that is we have them make out a check for $100 and make it out to Fairfield Union Boys Basketball. We put that into our fund, and then when we go to camp, we just cut a check for the cost of all of our campers going to camp. Thank you for bearing with me. I know this was a little bit longer than what I anticipated, but if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and we'll be happy to work through it. And once again, thank you for all your help when it comes to spring and summer stuff. I know there's a lot to do. We're spread really thin, but you as parents make it possible. Thank you so much for your help.